Right is always right.
Yeah.
Stories of death from the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own.
Yeah. With
Meanwhile,
like a mixture of
Predator only grew stronger.
like Zelda.
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
I think only 20 people made this game. Which is pretty cool.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Can you hear anything?
The
Turn your brightness up or something. It's very fluid. Oh, it is. The beginning part is not, but after you go on to the world. Yeah. It's kind of creepy in here. Toilet. I'll take a nap.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Still trying to get used to the controls.
Got one.
Oh, there's another one of those bastards. I didn't even select it. I mean, I highlighted it, but it automatically used it. Shit. I just started the game. Oh, but he didn't do that to me. Oh, he healed, you bastard.
Hey, nice shot. What?
I like the narrator. It reminds me of like uh, the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Fucking idiot. Yeah. Mexicana.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Huh. Oh. Pre-name.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. Nothing gets to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be right back. Let me use the bathroom real quick. Hold on. Shit. Greasy.
The morks produce biomatter in
Let me
their
guess, more
multioles
bosses.
that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you.
I have it on medium mode. Well, I like doing easy at first, then I know what I'm getting into, then I go back and play it harder. That's what she said. What? Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. I want to turn my mic off.
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Quite a shock to the system. That's not opening on its own. Let's try that again.
Don't just love puzzles. Puzzles.
There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Nice shot. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
No, I think it was something to open that pipe up. Clink. Ratchet and Clink.
Looks valuable.
Pika pika. Pika pika.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would
Try not to
have
talk during the
recognized you
cutscene.
anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Looper Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the Unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Remember Dragon Ball Z, the Tree of Life movie? I miss those old movies. Remember Garlic Jr. movie? Oh my god.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people.
The potato people.
The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock.
Yeah, I like the storyline. Something fresh and new.
Enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
I haven't played in a bit. I don't know, Squirrel's being a jackass. He's one of those elitists.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, You have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal. Not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined.
Yeah.
He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail
that him now?
you can follow.
Oh no.
He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxinol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eaters' DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his Octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route.
There's a lot to take in.
Noko has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route.
Just a lot of made up words and shit.
Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majut, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Cool, a fishing net. That's all I wanted. I can't catch a World Eater with a fishing net. It can barely fit his penis in there. Right. Punch your ass. Bitch, I'm gonna kick your ass.
You're getting the hang of it.
Let me guess, some more fuckers in here. Yep.
Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Oh, guess not. There you go.
Know
There.
that
Open
the
world.
tree of life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't halt from the world eaters.
End of chapter 1. So what do you think? They still make those.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
I mean, the world don't look too big, but this is probably just a small scale.
That must be the world eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick, Dick. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Sell shit.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
Well, they probably had a budget on here, and couldn't afford all these actors to play them.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Take it out now while it's small.
There's always another spark.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important.
Oh man, go back there.
Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater
Why did I
good
climb up that
and a code
rope?
of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, destiny arrives all the same.
Who, me?
The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe's Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. He can sense you share Myriad's view on the world. The Myriad would embrace someone willing to fight against the tyranny of the Jagni.
Yeah, that's a little cheap.
Will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of
Isn't that
Life
that cheap
lose track of what you need to do.
movie theater we used to go to with Dad and them?
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Alright, dude. I'm gonna get off on here. Now I can get offline. It just makes it slower. Stop wearing tight shoes. Nah, I'm good. Alright.